Is it okay if I don't understand?
Remember that a lot of times when we're watching the first video, we may not understand it, but by the time we're doing the practice problems together, we start to understand it. Okay?
No, that is true.
Okay. That's how I model my lessons. That's how they're always modeled. Okay? So, we are going to do a model for the first two. Okay? We'll do the model and the algorithm. And then for the second two, we'll just do the algorithm, meaning the steps. Okay? All right, so let's see. Raise your hand if you can tell me the steps for dividing fractions. That's it? Oh, that's super, super sad. I would think that everybody that just watched that video could tell me that you know the steps.
There's 21
There's
people.
not.
It says 21 plus.
Okay. All right. Well, it should say 30 something since we got 30 kids. All right. So, David, what is my first step?
First step, you're supposed to keep the algorithm? Or...
Nope. Look at your steps.
What? You're supposed to like drop the picture?
Okay. Nope. Elijah, help him out. What's the first step?
First step is to change whole numbers to fractions.
All right. I'm just going to write W there. Okay. Yvette, what's my second step?
Keep the total.
Keep the total. Very good. Remember, the total is the first number, right? Okay, so keep. Okay. All right. Why does my phone do this? I'm wondering. And why is he in and out? All right. Anthony, what is the third step?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Change the equation.
Change the operation. Okay, good. All right, Abraham, what's the last step?
Can you repeat the question?
Sure. What is the last step when we're dividing fractions?
To find the whole number?
Nope. Okay, it might be a little bit easier for you to understand what's going on if you're not in the same room as either, I don't know if that's the TV or the radio, but you need to get away from that so you can understand what's going on.
Okay.
All right, Sadie, what's our last step?
To flip the, I don't know how to say it, but
the reciprocal. There you go. Yes. All right, very good. Now that we know our steps, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so if I have a half of a cake, you draw a half. You should be drawing as well, so if you're not drawing, we have a problem. We're going to draw models for the first two. Okay, and I want to divide that cake for 5 people. Okay, so I have to divide all of it 5 times, which really means 4 columns, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I cut them up 5 times. Okay. Now, remember, we cut the whole cake. Even the part that's gone. If you think of it like this, that's always Lincoln's half. Okay? He ate that already. But really, what I want to find is how much of the whole cake do I get? Okay? So what is this piece called? Raise your digital hand if you know what this piece is called. Gabriel, what is this piece called?
That's 1/10. That's 1 out of 10.
1/10. Very good.
Yes.
Okay.
1/10.
So our answer here is 1/10. Is there anybody that has a question on that or does not understand that part? Okay, if your hand is up and you don't have a question, please put it down so I know that you don't have a question. Okay, Brandon, do you have a question? Okay, thanks. All right, so now let's prove that using our steps. Okay, so our whole number is changed to a fraction. Okay, we keep our first number, so we keep 1/2. We change our operation to multiplication, and we flip our reciprocal. So everyone, what is the flip of 5 over 1?
1/5.
1 over 5. Okay, and then we just multiply. So what is 2 times 5, everybody? 10. So our answer is 1/10. Brandon, question? Okay. All right, does anyone have questions on number 1 before we move on? Okay, so now we have 1/5 divided by 2. Okay, so I'm going to make a cake that is split into fifths and color in one piece. Okay, remember, this is all Lincoln. Lincoln is just eating cake up, just crazy amounts of cake. Okay, so he ate all of that cake. What we're really trying to do is now we want to share that between 2 people. Okay, so Miss Stroba and I are going to share whatever's left over after Lincoln ate it. Okay, but remember, we want to think about the whole cake. So not just half of the 1/5, but really the whole piece. Okay, so what is this piece, raising your digital hand, what is this piece called? Sadie, what is this piece called?
1 over 8.
Oh, count again. How many pieces total are there? Kara, help her out.
2/10.
2/10, except that I only want this one piece right here.
Oh.
Okay, so that's just one piece, right? Yeah, so this would be again a 1/10. Okay, now, does the picture look the same as the last one? It does. Okay, that's totally okay, guys. Okay, the picture might look the same. The algorithm might look a little different. Okay, so we're going to keep our whole number. I'm sorry, I keep saying keep our whole number. We're changing our whole number. Okay, we keep the first number, so 1/5. We change to multiplication, and we flip our reciprocal. So what, everybody, is the flip of 2 over 1?
1/2.
1/2, 1 over 2, right? Okay, so then everybody, what's 5 times 2?
10.
10. Okay, so we got the same answer. Okay. All right, Gabriel, is this starting to make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right, are there any questions before we move on? I see Brandon and Kara's hands. Okay. All right, so the last 2, we're just going to use our steps. We're not going to draw a model. Okay, so this should go a little faster. So we're changing our whole number to a fraction. We're keeping our 1/2 because that's our total. We're changing our operation. We're flipping our reciprocal. So the flip of 7/1 is, everybody, what's the reciprocal of 7/1?
1/7.
1/7. Very good. And so everybody, what's 2 times 7? 14. Our answer is 14. Very good. Okay. All right. So for this last question, I am going to give you, let's see. I'm going to give you 2 minutes, no more than 2. And stop it. Not 2 hours, 2 minutes. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to find the answer to that, and then we'll talk about it. Do not tell answers, just find your answer. You have 2 minutes. – 25 seconds. And that is time. All right. So if you would like to share your answer with all of us, please raise your digital hand. All right. Kara, what is your answer, dear?
My answer is 112.
Can you tell me why?
Because first I had 1/4 and then I multiplied it by then I multiplied it by 1/3 and I got 112.
Okay, very good job. Michelle, do you agree with her?
Yeah.
Okay. Yvette, do you agree with her?
Yes.
Brandon, do you agree with her?
Yes.
Okay, I agree with all of you. Very good job. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. Well, first of all, I'll ask if there's any final questions. So if your digital hand is up but you don't have a question, please put it down. Okay. Yvette, you have a question?
No.
Okay, put your hand down. All right, David, do you have a question? Okay. All right, so I'm going to stop the